We're joined now by CBS News Chief Washington correspondent Major Garrett for more on all this. Major, good morning to you. You know, when Donald Trump was convicted, he called the decision rigged. He promised to fight it. With President Joe Biden, he said he would accept this result in his son's case, and he wouldn't pardon him. So there's a contrast there. But politics is all around this. So talk to us, if you could, about the intersection between our judicial system and the political world these days.
We've always debated what justice means in America, Tony, and everyone. Typically, that has been about how does justice affect the powerless. We have rarely had a conversation, except maybe when business executives or celebrities are involved, about how the powerful operate in the judicial system. And we've never had a conversation about the judicial system taking to task someone who was a former president or a sitting president's son. And that creates for the country an entire debate about what does justice mean and does it apply equally. And President Biden and those around him say it does apply equal. No one is above the law. Former President Trump wants the country to believe that this entire system, our entire judicial network, is arrayed against one person in this country and one person only, former President Trump. And some Republicans echo that. But this dual application of justice at the highest levels of political power, with a president staring across the courtroom at jurors or a first lady staring across the courtroom at jurors, and juries, the intervening force, rendering verdicts based on the facts and the law, remind the country that the justice system remains. Politics may swirl around it, but that's a fundamental aspect of our American life, and though it will be debated, remains so.
That's a good reminder for all of us, Major. You know, do you see this verdict having a political impact for either President Biden or President Trump? President Trump, because he's always said the system is rigged, certainly rigged against Republicans. It would be hard for him to use that argument now, considering this conviction of Hunter Biden.
Something that Republicans, Gayle, will privately acknowledge, though some of the Trump allies will say, no, it's still a two-tiered system of justice. But the American public is going to make up its own mind about this. And our polling unit and lots of polling teams will try to assess what the country thinks about this. I believe that's going to be a very hard process because we've never seen this before, and I think people are going to absorb it in due time. And just remember this. Of the 6 most important battleground states, not one of them was decided by more than 3 percentage points. 4 were decided by 1.2 percentage points or less. Any small shift in any of those states as regards to these verdicts could affect the presidential election. We should keep that in mind and understand that people are going to process this over the summer like we've never seen before. Political conventions, nominating process, a fevered presidential campaign against the backdrop of what our legal system actually means.
The American people are paying attention to every single moment as we get ready for this presidential election. Major, thank you so much.